Hello and welcome to the last video in Sofia of Daniela Explores, and befittingly it starts at sunset here at the Lion Bridge. This bridge over the Vladaya River was completed in 1891. The bridge replaced the old bridge, which was called Sandakli Kurgru, and the river was called Kanli Dere, or Blood River. There are a few legends associated with the bridge. One of these tells us that one year the harvest had been very good, and as a result, straw was very cheap. And Shashava Khalil bought a huge amount of the stuff, and when people asked him why he was buying so much straw, he replied quite sagely, "Time sells straw." The following year the harvest was bad, and the price of straw shot up, and Khalil made a lot of money. People began to resent Khalil, but Khalil used the money he had made to build a bridge across the river, and jealousy turned to prize. During the Ottoman rule, the river was called Blood River. According to some old stories, the river ran red because of the tanneries along its banks. But another story tells that the river ran red with the blood of the fallen defenders of Sredets, the ancient name for Sofia. This version may have its roots in the area being used for public executions. According to Turkish law, local criminals were hanged in the town squares, and non-residents close to the gate through which they may have entered the city. In 1876, the participants in the April Uprising were hanged here. The current Lions Bridge was designed by Christo Danov to be a memorial complex for all Bulgarians who died here. The lions were made in Vienna, and they symbolize the heroism of the people that sacrificed their life to free Bulgaria. The high costs of the project gave rise to some interesting gossiping. A common story tells that the lions were cast without a tongue, so they would not tell how much money was stolen during the build. According to another anecdote, the lions have no tongue, so that they cannot tell on the priestesses of love, as my Bulgarian source charmingly puts it, and their clients. The Lion Bridge is also a nice place to watch Sofia's trams and trolleybuses in action. Tram transport began in Sofia in 1901, and one of the first routes went over the Lions Bridge. The first trams were imported from Belgium, then Germany. A workshop was set up to repair and maintain the trams, and in the late 1920s, the head of the workshop, engineer Theodosi Kadalev, designed a railcar that reused already scrapped rolling stock. Trams entirely manufactured in Bulgaria arrived in the 1950s. The most famous models are the Republic, the Cosmonaut, and the Komsomolets. Trams and trolleybuses were and still are very popular. An interesting feature of the old trams was a built-in mailbox. On the outside of the tram, by the first set of doors, there would be a mailbox, and as you boarded the tram, you could also post your letters. We used the tram to get to the central hall area. The central Sofia halls were built between 1909 and 1911. The city was growing rapidly and needed more than an open air exposed to the elements market. By the end of the 40s, Sofia municipality rented out about 170 shops and stalls in the Sofia halls. Rentals and quality of products were strictly regulated. The covered market was designed by Naum Torbov. The style of the building is in the Neo-Renaissance style with elements of Neo-Byzantine and Neo-Baroque. Some of the decorations have motifs often found in Bulgarian traditional wood carving. The Banyabashi Mosque is in the Byzantine Ottoman style. It was designed by Mimar Sinan and was completed in 1566. Mimar Sinan was the chief architect, engineer and mathematician of Suleiman the Magnificent. Yes, that Suleiman of the splendid baths in Aqua Calida near Burgas. The market stalls have gone, and today Sofia Hall is a supermarket, but some of the characteristics of the old hall have been preserved. Your Turkish sweets. Ooh, that's what the sweetness I like as well. Yeah, they're a bit sweet. In the basement there are archaeological remains from the time Sofia was a thriving Roman town named Ulpia Serdica. Ulpia comes from Emperor Trajanus' family name, Ulpius. As I told you in my Stara Zagora video, the man loved to name towns after himself. The name Serdica comes from the city of the Surds. Some researchers believe that the Surds were a Celtic tribe. Others suggest that they were a Thracian tribe. The peacemakers suggest that the Surds were a mix of the two. As you might have guessed, the debate is ongoing. The cast iron elements around the hall and in the roof are a very good example of the fusion of beauty and efficiency typical of the late 1800s and early 1900s. The English architect and gardener Joseph Paxton began experimenting with frameworks of cast iron and glass in the 1920s and 30s. He designed the Crystal Palace for the Great Exhibition of 1851. The Crystal Palace proved that you could build fast and cheap and still have something beautiful at the end. The design spread across Europe, and as you can see it here, it was often used in the increasingly popular covered markets. This type of constructions created a space in between, the indoor and the outdoor, dry and clean, but light and airy. This is the last video of Daniela Explores mini-series in Sofia. Thank you for joining me on my little walkabout. For more videos, please like and subscribe. That helps me a lot. I publish videos in English on Tuesday, Italian on Wednesday, and Bulgarian on Thursdays. Stay curious. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.